Alright folks, it's Matthew, we're back, and case 33 is now open thanks to Kiki, Paula, Roberto, and Ali for the reports. Let's tackle another case. The Sweet Escape. Matthew, it's time to step up our game. Sombra almost got one up on us by kidnapping Elliot in Singapore, and it's only thanks to you that we got him back safely. From what Elliot's told us, the Sombra agent who kidnapped him was planning on bringing him here to Indonesia, and we need to find out why. And I'll help you every step of the way, Matthew. Elliot, I wish you'd heeded my advice and stayed on dry land to recover from your ordeal. And I wish you guys would stop treating me like a kid. I keep telling you, I'm fine. Besides, I want to do my part in discovering what kind of experiments Sombra's carrying out on their brainwashed recruits. Fine. But I want you to take it easy for a while. We'll need you in top form later. Hey Chief, I think I can see somebody passed out on the beach. Whoever they are, they could be related to Sombra. Open the throttle, Matthew. You need to reach that beach now.
Some heavy rainfall reports. This is from the National Weather Service up until 9 p.m. So the latest rainfall, we got a lot in some spots. The past about hour and a half is not counted here, so we've seen even higher rain totals in some spots than this. But look at this. We want to upper almost 4 inches of rainfall. A little less than almost a half an inch at the Honolulu International Airport. So plenty of heavy rain out there. And it's still coming. In fact, flash flood warning is in effect. And also flood advisories. Almost the same area, but the flash flood warning.
Going with this guy. Because he's one of my good friends.
It is delivering heavy rainfall. The Honolulu stream is at above flood stage, so we could see flooding. Highways just heads up there. We have all this rain right now. Three-dimensional view shows heavy showers. And of course,
I think I see
so,
photograph.
If you can avoid being on the roadways, that's your best bet. We got a new cell just developed here in town. Heads up some
Victim's body.
And this is all tracking off to the west. And sometimes when these showers develop, they kind of feed
Camera.
each other. One cell will die off, another one will form up elsewhere, and these showers will continue to lift generally.
There we go.
A westerly direction. So you're going to see a couple push up in a westerly direction, and eventually push through town, potentially Pearl City, Kaya corridor. We'll see some rain as well. Tomorrow, a different story. The upper level disturbance moves on through, and that means that less rainfall is in the forecast. We'll see sunshine early by the afternoon. We'll see a couple of isolated cells, not a huge amount expected.
We're too late, Matthew. This girl's dead. Someone speared her. Wait a minute. Does she look familiar to you, Matthew? You're right. We've seen this girl before. She was in the Sombra DVD we found in Japan, the one which mentioned the Next Level program. And if she's here in Indonesia, we're definitely hot on Sombra's trail. Do you think Sombra might have killed her, Matthew? But why would they kill one of their own recruits? Something's off, I agree. We better send her body to Angela. It's a good thing we've got all our equipment back on the boat. Did you find anything else to help us make sense of this mess, Matthew? A photo? Well spotted. That's our victim, and it looks like she was pretty close to this guy, whoever he is. You better see if you can find him in the database. If we're lucky, it might also give us our victim's ID. And this camera might be our ticket to a fast arrest, if it can unlock its secrets. If we're going to uncover what Sombra's up to, then solving this murder is our first course of action. Let's do this, Matthew. Okay, 18 hours. And I'm going to get some stars, so sit tight. Alright, I got myself 13 stars. Let's examine the unknown man. Okay. Got it. Alam Somalinghi. So the guy in the photo with our victim is Alam Somalinghi. He's a 25-year-old local fisherman. And the database also gave us our victim's ID. She's his sister, Riyaja Somalinghi. Now for the part I hate. Let's go inform Alam of his sister's death, Matthew. inform him. Mr. Somalingi, we're sorry to inform you that your sister Riaja has been murdered. My sister's dead? Then I failed her. I was all she had after our parents died. It was my duty to protect her. Do you have any idea what might have happened to her? No. Her behavior became unpredictable once she hit her teens. One time she disappeared for months and all I could do was wait for her to return. Do you know where Riaja went during that time? No, she refused to tell me anything. She was never the same after she pulled that stunt. And yet she still took the toy monkey I gave her when we were kids, everywhere, even when she went missing. I bought it because she loved nothing more than playing in the monkey forest. You didn't find the toy, did you, Ranger Matthew? Toy monkey. I'm afraid we didn't, but we'll keep an eye out for it. I appreciate it, Ranger Matthew. That toy has sentimental value, and I'd like something of Riaja's to hold on to. You're right, Matthew. The way Alam spoke about Riaja's unusual behavior suggests he had no idea she'd been recruited by Sombra. But good thinking. He did mention that Riaja liked to visit the forest. Let's go have a look. We might get lucky. I will say, last time I got lucky in that capacity was probably who knows when. EIO. QRI. You managed to unlock that camera, Matthew? Let's click play and see what's on it. G'day, folks. This is Paul Irwin. I'm filming in Indonesia, where we're about to see something extraordinary. What I've got here is a crocodile egg, and I reckon it's about ready to hatch. Saltwater crocodiles lay up to 60 eggs at a time, and it takes about 3 months. Holy smokes! Take a look at this little guy. What a privilege it's been to witness nature at work. Until next time, folks. Okay, that guy is dripping with enthusiasm. How does this help our investigation, though, Matthew? Oh, I see your point. He was filming on our crime scene, so he might have seen something. Let's go talk to this Paul. If he knows anything about the murder? Excuse me, Mr. Irwin. We believe this camera we found on the beach belongs to you. Crikey, thanks, Ranger. It would have been a crying shame to lose such cracking footage. I've been filming my latest documentary nearby. It's called Cuddly Crocs, the world's most misunderstood creatures. I mean, did you know... I hate to interrupt, Mr. Irwin, but Ranger Matthews is investigating this girl's murder, which took place close to where you were filming. A murder? I'm afraid I didn't see anything, Ranger Matthew, so if she wasn't killed by a croc, I can't help you. Great, thanks a lot. Okay. Matthew, keep your eyes peeled for anything that could have belonged to our victim. Where did that monkey come from? Matthew, get it off me! That scamp stole my sunglasses! But they're essential to my flirting technique. We've got to get them back. Oh, I could laugh at that all the time if I wanted to. Okay.
Now's the time to get your ducks in a row to learn about Medicare.
Broken test tube.
You see, Medicare doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical
bowl of rice, a parrot, toy monkey.
So if 65
monkey thief.
Think about an Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, they help cover cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So don't wait.
Aha! Take that, you thieving monkey! I knew you'd get my sunglasses back, Matthew. And they're not the only thing it stole. What about that toy monkey it was holding? Oh, you're right. Our victim's brother said Riaja never went anywhere without her toy monkey. I bet this is hers. There's some kind of powder on the toy. Let's vacuum it up. You also found a broken test tube? I wonder how that got out here. I bet those monkeys broke it. Think you can collect a sample? I most certainly can, Archer.
Lemony fresh.
You collected a sample of that liquid from the broken test tube? Let's go back to the boat and put it under the microscope. Okay.
Thank you. I tried to call you. My car lost no answer. I understand you have a copy of a certain manuscript by Nicholas Culhane.
Test serum. What does the microscope report say about that substance you collected from the broken test tube, Matthew? The substance contains selenium oxydichloride and ferric hexacyanophorate. That's quite the mouthful. Matthew, be careful. That combination is what turned me blue in Thailand. You mean like that professor we met? The one who turned himself blue thanks to his experiments? Right, Professor Metcalf. He must be in these parts. I can't wait to catch up with him. That'll have to wait, bro. This is the second time Professor Metcalf's been implicated in the murder of a Sombra recruit. Just what are the chances of that, Matthew? We need to chat with Professor Metcalf. Why he's on the island? Hello, Professor. May we ask what you're doing here? Indonesia seems like an unlikely location for a scientist. It's the perfect location, Ranger Matthew. The monkey forest provides me with an endless supply of test subjects. You're here to experiment on the monkeys? That's animal cruelty. I don't test anything on them that I haven't tested on myself first. Anyway, what do you want from me, Ranger Matthew? We found a girl called Riaja Somalingi murdered. We're looking... Never heard of her. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my experiments, Ranger Matthew. Got it. That powder you vacuumed up from the toy monkey was covering a message. It reads, "To the best little sister in the world." This proves it's the toy our victim's brother gave her when they were kids. He says she still took it everywhere with her, though. So how did it end up in this forest? Good idea. This yellow dust might tell us more. Let's get it to Lars. 9 hours. Okay. I'll get the results tomorrow. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright, folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the powder first. Hey, Matthew, I've got a joke. Dude, I love your jokes, but we gotta solve this murder ASAP if we want to stay hot on Sombra's trail. So just tell us about that powder Matthew collected from our victim's toy monkey. You sure don't monkey around, do you, Matthew? Okay. The The powder you sent me contained ginger and turmeric, both of which are typically used to make jamu, a local herbal medicine. You can see itinerant jamu sellers carrying their wares in a basket all across Indonesia. And before you ask, Matthew, Angela said there was no trace of jamu in the victim's body, and that stuff stays in your system for days. So the jamu didn't come from the victim. Not to mention we found her body on the beach and the toy was in the forest. What does that tell us? Matthew, you're right. The only person who could have touched that toy after the victim died is our killer. So our killer takes jamu herbal medicine. Well, a hefty prison sentence is just what the doctor ordered, Matthew. Matthew, I can't believe I have to autopsy another young person. Seeing any life cut short is tragic, but it really hits home when they're barely more than kids. What's more, there was something unusual about your victim. She had yellow eyes. You mean she wasn't just wearing colored contacts? What the heck could have turned her eyes yellow? Unfortunately, I couldn't determine the cause. What I can tell you is that your victim was shot from behind with a spear gun at a distance of 20 feet. Spear guns are commonly used in fishing communities like those which exist on some Indonesian islands, where fishermen still dive to catch their fish. Normally, the spear doesn't come completely detached from the barrel, though, so keep your eyes peeled for the rest of the spear gun, Matthew. Anyway, the spear pierced your victim's right lung, causing a pneumothorax, otherwise known as a collapsed lung. But more importantly, after examining the angle and velocity at which the spear penetrated your victim's body, I can tell you that your killer's dominant hand is their left hand. Our killer's left-handed, eh? Well, they'll be lodged the murder conviction once you've caught them, Matthew. This time we're definitely hot on Sombra's heels, Matthew. After all, our victim is none other than one of their recruits. Her brother clearly had no idea, but then again, who expects their little sister to be indoctrinated by a criminal organization? Professor Metcalf is also here, and he's up to no good testing on monkeys. And speaking of experiments, we still don't know exactly what Sombra's up to. Matthew, I've got a lead. Elliot, you heard what the chief said about taking a break. But this is important. We've had another tip-off from X. There's a Sombra camp on the island, and X gave me the coordinates. Well, we'll have to find out that lead in Chapter 2, so sit tight, folks. See you then.